Hey y'all, I'm Kate with saltykatie.com, and today I thought I'd go over my 2020 Power Sheets. Just do a mid-year review because we're almost halfway through the year. A lot's been going on, y'all. A lot's been going on. Because so much is happening, now would be a really great time for you to do a mid-year review as well. When things get chaotic and difficult, that's always a good time to turn around and look at your goals to help you stay focused. So that's what we're doing today. So stay tuned. Okay, so I brought y'all in nice and close so you can actually see what's been going on here. So I did a fair amount of the prep work, as you can see here, before starting the Power Sheets in January. I do as much of the prep work as I think I want to do, and then I leave the rest, and I encourage you to do the same thing. Okay, so here's January. Let's see. I don't use this monthly spread. Okay, so here's my pending list for January. The more color you see, the better I did. Because that's me filling in the items I've managed to achieve. What I do is fill out my tending list, and then I scan it into my computer and shrink it down to a size that'll fit in my B6 Slim Jib Untecho. That helps me to keep better track of it. I'm not going to get this big book out every day and look at it, but I will flip to this if it's already in my planner. So January went pretty well. You'll see physical activity and physical related stuff throughout this. Here's February. So I did a little of the prep work for that. And then here's February's tending list. Again, physical activity. I did pretty decent in February as well. As the year moves forward, the first half of the year, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what is wrong with, or what was wrong with one of my legs. Getting back to running has been like a humongous goal for me. And it took me the first half of the year to get everything figured out. But I have since figured it out and had surgery. So, but you will see that physical activity thing repeated. So you can see, got some good color here. Then now March. March, you're going to see less color. This is when really things started to go kind of pear-shaped, not only for me, but worldwide. So you'll see less sort of goals achievement here. That's okay, that's part of it. And then here's April, did a little prep work again. And here's my April tending list. I cut back on the number of goals and made the ones I listed quite a bit smaller, so that was helpful for April. I did not accomplish as much as I wanted to, but y'all, that's just part of it. Here is some of the prep work for May, and then here's here's May. Not a whole lot got done. That's okay. Again, though, we've got health up here as a priority, but May is really when I figured out what exactly was wrong with my leg, and that discovered that I actually needed surgery and scheduled that surgery. So that was a huge deal. So you could really call May a big fat win. And then look at June, y'all. Totally blank. Okay. So in the beginning of June, I actually did have surgery. And I had some additional other stuff going on in my personal life. So June is totally blank, and that is totally fine, y'all. I am not going to beat myself up about taking care of myself during June. There's just plenty going on, and I chose not to focus on this and instead focused on surgery and recovery, which is going well. So that's perfectly fine. But now that we're mid-year, I say it's time to check back in on those power sheets and get back going on those goals. Okay, so here's what I've got so far. The prepare well And then I don't use this month. Then make what matters happen this month, and then the tending list are the most important to me of each month in the power sheet. So that's generally what I do. So in terms of important to-dos, I've got a collab, doctor's appointment, follow-up for my surgery. There's the one sale I participate in each year is coming up. I'm hosting a 4th of July party at my house. Meal planning and meal tracking are going to be super important in July, and then increasing my physical activity as I recover from surgery. And then I'm excited for walking again, because I can't even, like, I'm limping right now. I hope can't even walk right now. So I'm looking forward to being able to start walking again. And then also looking forward to the party. What's on my mind? Money is on my mind. My weight is on my mind. I've spent the first half of this year trying to figure out what was wrong with my legs so that I could get back to running again, so that I can help manage my weight, if that makes sense. So I'm hopeful that there is continued healing on my little leg, and then I'm hoping to increase my healthy eating habits in the month of July as well. Okay, so here's my goals to focus on this month and my action plan or action ideas. So in terms of, so my overall goal from the year is going to be, for this month, I mean, is going to be health. So we're talking about primarily the things I'm going to focus on are like healthy eating and increased physical activity, that kind of thing. So my goals to focus on this month are meal planning, meal tracking, walking, physical activity, and healthful eating. And then my action ideas, I did a written meal plan tracking my calories in and out in my app, and I generally use my FitnessPal for that. Some increased walking, doing my PT exercises, my follow-up appointment with my doctor, and then for the shop, I've got new releases, IG planning, and IG photos under action ideas. And I don't know about y'all, but I will not post to Instagram unless I make myself. So here's my tending list for the month of July, and health is my top priority. That's what most of this is going to be focused on. So I've got my monthly action items out here listed, and then I've got them color coded. Pink is for work, gray is for personal stuff, and purple is for my Instagram plan. So I've got new releases, follow-up doctor's appointment, an IG plan for the whole month of July, menu plan for my party, shopping for the party. I'm going to check in on the collab and the sale so that I can stay on top of what needs to happen for that in the month of July. And then for weekly action items, I've got taking Instagram photos and meal planning. And this is a little modification I make to the power sheets every month. It normally says week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that's not specific enough for me. So what I do is just list out the Sunday week ending dates for that month. So in July, we've got the 5th, 12th, 19th, and the 26th for Sunday weekend and dates. So when I go to check off this little box as to whether I've done my IG photo plan for the week of the 5th, I know I've done that or not. It's just a little more specific, which I like. Then on the bottom here, we've got our daily action items, meal tracking, water before meals, PT exercises, and my IG post Monday through Friday. And I also black in the lines here to separate out the weeks. They close the week off on Saturday. I don't think that's not right as far as I'm concerned. The week ends on a Sunday and starts on a Monday, so I just blacked in those lines to make that easier for me to track personally. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how the power sheets has worked for me this year so far. I feel like it actually does help me stay on top of and moving toward my goals, especially if I shrink it down like what you saw and then put it in my everyday planner as opposed to leaving it in this big one. I'm not going to check this every time, but I will check back on, you know, when I'm doing my regular weekly planning. And then sometimes it'll be 2 or 3 times a week that I check back in on it, and I find that is when I am my most successful, is when I'm checking in on it, you know, frequently. So with everything going on in the world, it is easy to feel sort of ungrounded and, you know, like a space cadet or whatever. But I think sort of retuning into your goals is a good way to feel more grounded. it's a good way to feel like you're making progress toward what you want to make progress on, if that makes sense. It makes me feel better anyway, so maybe it'll do the same for you. If you are interested in these power sheets, there's an affiliate link down below. I get a little kickback for the channel at no cost to you, which is like an awesome way to support this channel, or other creators that you enjoy. So yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. Let me know if you have any questions about my power sheets or how they're set up. And I'd love to hear what you're doing for goal setting and goal tracking right now. So anyway, glad to see you here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye.